Welcome back to the Triggered Newscast. Today is March 12th, 2019. I have another Ruth Bader Ginsburg update. Now, in the previous videos, I've highlighted some of the differences between Whoopi Goldberg's treatment, her response to the conspiracy theories about her death or arrestment, and to her supportive fans, thanking them and appreciating them and letting them know exactly what she was going through. However, we don't see the same behavior with Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and that type of behavior has led many people to believe that Ruth Bader Ginsburg is maybe still suffering either health ailments or has passed away. Again, I'm not stating that I believe that Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away, but what I do believe is that the evidence that has been brought forth for her life is not compelling. This whole Where's Ruth movement has been used over and over again, and sadly I think that it's brought everyone in the issue to the understanding that people who aren't convinced that she's around believe she's dead. I don't think that's everyone's perspective, and I think maybe we need to rebrand the hashtag as findruth. Let's just put this debate to bed, even if Ruth Bader Ginsburg's not capable of making a public appearance or making a video like Whoopi Goldberg did to thank all of her fans, to assure people that she's fine, what have you, that's fine. But why don't we, at least in this comment section, and with any of your other favorite content by other channels, other subscribers, other memes, it doesn't have to be my content, but alongside the Where's Ruth hashtag, why don't you add the Find Ruth hashtag, and let's start trying to find evidence one way or the other that's going to be compelling enough to put the argument to bed. So, on one spectrum, let's get enough physical evidence, visual confirmation, maybe audio confirmation, minute testimony from her oral presentations. Let's get confirmed sources. Why aren't we encouraging the paparazzi to take photographs of Ruth Bader Ginsburg? I mean, after all, if she is out and she is working, then God bless her. She's doing great. That shows a lot of strength, conviction, and for a woman her age to overcome broken ribs, cancer, pneumonia, and still get out into public and to do her job, that is phenomenal. But why aren't every single media outlet? MSNBC was there on the spot the day that she came back, but didn't get a single photograph, a single clip, a single audio bite, nothing. They just stood on the front steps and laughed, suggesting that people thought it would be funny that she wouldn't be there. So to me, I think a lot of us that are following the Where's Ruth movement just want confirmation. I'm tired of seeing the videos. I didn't necessarily want to create a channel to figure out where Ruth Bader Ginsburg is. I just wanted to stop the debate on both sides. I don't necessarily agree that there's enough evidence to convince me personally that she's dead. Some of you, I've seen strongly in the comments, you feel there is enough evidence. And sadly, that evidence isn't strong enough to convince those on the other side who think that she is alive and well. And that small amount of subtle proof they've been given by the mainstream media is enough to convince them that she's alive, despite the Fox News report obituary at the end of one of their scenes, despite the fact that people have found records online indicating that she did in fact die, and that you could purchase the death records. I've made videos on these topics. Feel free to look through my channel and find them. I think that some of them, while it might not be new information, I think in every video I try and give a perspective that maybe necessarily isn't parroted by anyone else making videos on the subject. And I commend all of the other subscribers that do run their own channels, all of the other channels that have been finding pertinent information on this. God bless you guys. Keep it up. I'm just here because I want to be convinced that Ruth Bader Ginsburg is in fact alive or dead. I just want to put it to rest. I think it's a disgrace to her image, despite all of her ideology being completely against what I believe in as a conservative, educated white male in a very diverse city that is extremely liberal. I'm happy to say that despite me not believing anything she has to say, She is a person, she deserves respect. And that's why I think if she is in a hospital, if she is recovering, that's just as triumphant, that's just as miraculous. She deserves the country's prayers. But what everyone else deserves too is to be put to rest by this. And I've seen in the comments some people saying that President Donald Trump should address this, should force the issue, and in truth, he may be holding back because previous administrations and the Justice Scalia incident rushed to fill that seat before it was even needing to be confirmed. They were already pushing different candidates and selecting and screening. And, maybe that's not the moral high ground. Maybe if she is in hospice care or is to leave this earth soon, maybe it is respectful to allow her to finish out her life. But there is that issue too that many other channels have brought up. If she is in fact unable to do her job, that is important to the American people. It's important to me, it's important to you, the listener, the viewer, the taxpayer, the citizen. You are the only ones who can hold your government accountable, and the only way you can do that is with transparency. And I agree with many of you. I hope that President Trump will address it. I hope that he will push different investigative committees to look into the feasibility of her maintaining her position. I don't believe that he can force her to retire, and I don't think that would be the moral high ground to do. And in fact, if the only thing that does happen is her aides and her other accomplices can't vote on her behalf, then that's great. At least in this last Supreme Court decision, she voted alongside with everyone else on an issue that most people thought she wouldn't have. So that could be, in fact, good people are already in control of what she's doing. So, maybe I would love to hear your ideas in the comments. If you disagree, if you think she's alive, share your evidence. If you think she's dead and you want to convince me or those who don't think she is, share your evidence. Share another channel, share a video, but everything you share on every social media, why don't you start adding the hashtag findruth, and let's just put this whole conspiracy to bed so I can transition to more of my satire content. And if you haven't seen that, maybe check that out too. It is pretty funny. So with no further ado, I'll check back in with you guys as soon as I know more. I am working on putting together some of the audio that has been said to be authentic and from her being back, and trying to maybe dig through the archives and figure out if it is in fact new or if it's from a prior decision. Maybe there's enough neutrality to the audio clip that it was from a prior year. I mean, people's voices don't change that much over years while images do, so it would make a lot of sense to maybe use an old sound clip. I'm not saying the sound clip's fake, but I'm about to make a video on that, so if you want to see that, look forward to it down in my channel. And again, thank you all for subscribing. I've been happy to comment on each of the posts, whether you agree or not, whether you get triggered. I think that's funny if you get triggered, so go ahead. If you want a thumbs down, thumbs up, that's fine. It lets me know if maybe I'm articulating my points well, and if I have general support and consensus from the community that's interested in this topic. So feel free to share on platforms that I don't even myself have. This channel again is less than 3 weeks old, and it's only gotten this big and gotten this many viewers because you guys have been sharing, and thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm not here to fill the channel full of ads or try and talk you into buying gold. So if you really like the content, if you like my opinion, the ideas that I'm trying to insert, if you also want to attack other people's poisonous and weak ideas, not them, not their character, but the content of their policies, their ideas, that's what Triggered Newscast is all about. And I'm going to keep on triggering people until the way they think about certain issues is framed by a logic that currently the public debate is not infused with. And I think that all of you will agree that polarized decisions are not what are making the country great. Despite Donald Trump trying to make the country great again, we need more people to unite. And the division across party lines is mostly because we're still fighting about polarized issues. So look forward to some content talking about that too. I have an idea that is pretty controversial about abortion, and that's probably going to be my next video that's off topic from Ruth Bader Ginsburg. But if you want to check back in for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, subscribe, hit the notifications, like, please share it on your social media, and we'll see you next time. This is the Triggered Newscast.